I'm still reeling from the fact that we're not in San Antonio at UC 2016. But there was so much more we wanted to share that we created this recap video for you guys.
We learned a lot more about the software.
If I come out of here with one great idea, I'm thrilled. And usually I come out with 2 or 3. It's worth it, every penny.
Absolutely. Anybody that I talk to that I know that hasn't come, I try to encourage them to do that.
Sometimes a notion or a sentence is all you need, and it becomes the kernel of a great idea. And this is an environment where we can do that transparently, and that's what I love about this conference.
It's very user-friendly. It's not complex.
Whatever it may be, there's opportunities for other members within our organization, so we're going to try to bring more people.
It's been wonderful. It's always a nice experience to come and meet with all the different developers and the people at McLeod to get a one-on-one perspective from how they feel about our customers, as well as help us with our any issues that we have, and always to learn from them.
There's a lot of great companies here, a lot of networking, and it's been a fun experience.
Oh, wow. We've just learned so much and met so many great people that have been so helpful to us that we've just really enjoyed it and have a lot of knowledge to take away.
It's going great. Yes, it's going great. I've learned quite a bit that actually I'm hoping to take back to our company, and I can't put into words how much we've learned in this couple of days.
Another fantastic year of the McLeod Users Conference. This is our 4th conference, and every year we kind of get a little bit more and more takeaways from it every year. We've been now on the software for about 3 years, and getting more and more in depth in the software, and every year we find out a little bit more that McLeod's offering through the product, and it's great to see and being involved with kind of helping steer the product as well. As McLeod really does a good job of listening to our input on what we'd like to see in the product, and it's nice that every year we kind of see what we kind of recommended and like to see in the product every year.
With Dave Tate. How are you doing, David?
Doing good. Glad to be here.
Great. Well, listen, today we're going to talk about the profitability analysis tool. Your company is using that today, correct?
Yes, we've been on that module for about 1.5 years now.
Fantastic. So how has it helped make changes in your business and the decisions you make?
Well, it's great. I mean, it's helped us to identify, the best and the worst customers, lanes, tractors, trailers, drivers, dispatchers. And with that information, I mean, we can better reallocate our resources, to capitalize on where the money is. So it's been a great tool for us.
And what things do you know now that you didn't know before you started using profitability analysis that you found helpful?
Well, we were really surprised at just how much money we were making on our top 2 or 3 customers and just how much we were losing on our 2 or 3 worst customers. I mean, it really opened our eyes to some things that, we had a good idea. We thought, where we stood with certain lanes and customers, but when you can really see it detailed, revenue, settlement costs, other costs, it's really helps us to know where the money-making opportunities are. Yeah.
Sure, that makes sense. So, as it pertains to the conference, are you getting out of it what you hoped? And if so, what's something you've learned since you've been at the conference?
Well, of course, I had the profitability analysis mod. We're having that class tomorrow, but already today we had a great session on the new McLeod IQ format, and we can see some great opportunities there with the operations reporting, financial reporting, so we're excited about looking into that. I know in last year's conference we learned a lot about the custom financials package, which we're still working on that, but that's going to really help us save some time month in, not having to do the same repetitive, downloading and tweaking, but just being able to do it in a few clicks. So we've learned a lot in the last few conferences for sure.
Well, David, I appreciate you taking time. Get down there and get your drink because it is hot down here.
Hot for sure. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm speaking with Jamie Vandermeus with M2 Logistics. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Doing great. So is this your first conference?
This is my second conference. We went to a conference a few years ago when we were a prospect of McLeod's. We were invited to see what other vendors were on the system, and that was one of the reasons why we purchased McLeod, seeing the other vendors who were on the system, our peer group, a lot of people we knew really well, and they had a lot of great things to say about it, so that was really one of our selling points.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's great. So lots of networking opportunities for that.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. So you guys are using the McLeod Anywhere app today. How has that been going? Is that something that you have found very valuable for your team in using? Is it making you more efficient?
Yeah, the app is really great. A lot of areas have been enhanced by it. Number one, our operations team is connected to their customers pretty much 24/7 now, with the vital signs being there and the rapid alerts coming through the phone. They can be anywhere and be connected to their customers. We can see our results on a real-time basis. Our sales staff with the CRM tools in there, they're able to be much more efficient with their sales work as well.
What do they think about having the system with them at all times? Are they okay with this? Or?
It was kind of interesting at first, getting them to understand that they always had it at their fingertips and they could really do anything with the system as far as creating orders or putting carriers on orders, those things. But now they've gotten used to it, I think they actually enjoy it. It's easier than our previous system where they had to log into a computer and get into a Citrix environment and log into their emails and the software. Now they're able to just go on their phones and they have it right there with them and they can check things real quickly and not have to have all this hardware with them at all times.
So have you found that the system as a whole, being a new family member to McLeod, that you have become more efficient, your team has become more efficient?
Absolutely. Our previous system, which it was very cumbersome to use, I felt like we were managing the system. I think McLeod manages us. And that's what I think a great TMS system does. It really gets you into managing by exception versus managing every rule of the business. And so we've been able to create workflows and e-forms and different rapid alerts and different reporting metrics, things that have helped us manage our business more efficiently.
So it sounds like you're definitely getting value out of the conferences already.
Absolutely.
Something you'd recommend to customers maybe who haven't been here yet?
Absolutely. I think just the networking opportunities, as I said earlier, are one of the greatest benefits, but also the different breakout sessions. There's so many things that you learn that you didn't even know you had in your system, and you can take those things back to your group, and you can even make your workflow more efficient by the things you learned at the conference.
That's great. So have you heard we're going to be in Atlanta next year?
I did.
Thinking about joining us then?
Absolutely. I'll definitely be there.
Fantastic. We'll see you then.
Sounds great. Thank you.
So I found Frank and Lance, who clearly have the best seat in the house. How are you enjoying the conference so far?
Having an awesome time, Missy. It's been great so far.
Great. And Lance, this is your first conference, is that right?
It is very great. Great experience. Wonderful.
Hey, Thorny. How many years have you been coming to the conference now?
I'd say about 9 years.
Wow. So what do you find most valuable about the conferences?
I think the networking and the learning experience.
Is this something you'd recommend for the customers who haven't made it yet?
Absolutely, especially just to learn more about it.
Great. Well, I appreciate you taking time to talk with us. Have a good evening.
You too.
Hey, Amy, how are you enjoying the conference so far?
Oh, having a great time.
Great. What's one thing that you've learned that you didn't know before you came here?
One thing that I've learned, I know everything.
I love it. Of course she does. She's a woman. When our employees arrived, I ambushed them as they got off the bus. Got a lot of great interviews about our product and breakout sessions that we were going to see. So much so, I have extra videos I'd like you to see now. This is Amber Palmier. She is one of our interface specialists. Hi, Amber.
Hi.
Tell me about a couple of the interfaces that you're a specialist with.
Well, one of the interfaces that I specialize in is Private Notification Network, which is our PNN module, and we've made several enhancements to that this past year. One of those is we have changed up the PNN Available Loads report so that it's easier to read, and now there are actually clickable links inside of that email, so the carrier can just click the loads that they want to respond to. Another big change that we've made is that we have greatly enhanced the carrier lane preferences, so it's much easier to match the carrier to the specific lanes and loads that they are looking for.
Fantastic. Now, are these products in the base package?
Yes, they are. They are included in the base package now.
Great. Well, look, we're glad to have you.
Thank you.
I've got Sean Hagan with us. He is our classroom training manager. Sean, welcome to Texas.
Yes, very excited to be here, actually.
Perfect. Tell us a little bit about what you do.
As a classroom training manager, new customers, first-time customers who purchase our software, or existing customers who actually upgrade the software will come to my class. It's about a 4-day training class to actually get them in into the classroom to actually have a hands-on experience with the software and some of the new features for our existing customers.
Fantastic. Now, are these classes only held at the Birmingham location?
No, we actually currently have 2 classrooms, one in Birmingham, obviously, and then one of our Salt Lake City office. And we're hoping actually to have our Chicago office up and running before the end of the year. So we're hoping that a lot of those regional customers in that area can take advantage of that actually.
That's fantastic. So customers that are on our help desk agreements or our life cycle agreements, what does that get for them?
Well, actually, if they send new customer or employees into the classroom, the classrooms are actually no charge for those attendees. So anyone with that life cycle help desk agreement can send new customer or new employees into the classroom for training.
Fantastic. Will we see you in our training room here today?
Oh, absolutely, all week.
Great. Well, it's great having you here. Thanks. Look, I've had to do a lot at this conference, but this just took the ticket.